Hi, I'm Chloe, and today my dad and I are going to make vegan eggnog.
So for making vegan eggnog, plant-based eggnog, dairy-free eggnog, whichever way you want to put it, it's the same spices and it's using fat from plants instead of from animals. So it's pretty much the same thing. We've done a pretty good job on mimicking the flavor. So what we're going to do today is that first thing first, we're going to make some milk, and we're going to do it out of cashews and almonds. So we're going to play some fancy music and speed up the camera a whole bunch while we go through making cashew almond milk, because we've done this in lots of other videos. Okay, so the first things that we're going to start with is that we have 3 cups of a cashew almond milk that we've made fresh. So really nice and thick. We've strained it, but the cashews really thicken it, add a real body to it. Almond milk on its own is actually it's creamy, but it's fairly thin. And then, so we put 3 cups of that mixture in. We're gonna put a full can of Thai full fat organic coconut milk and the cream. So that's all in the one can. And then we have our spices. It came out beautifully. You did an excellent job. We have our spices where we have a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. Sorry, 1/8 a teaspoon of cloves. We have a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and then we have 1/2 a teaspoon of cinnamon. Cinnamon, you can go up or down, whichever way you like cinnamon. Then we have a 1/4 cup of cane sugar. Gonna go in. And then we're gonna do 1 full teaspoon of vanilla. And we also have nutmeg ready to use to finish with when we're done. So everything's gone in there. 3 cups of milk. You could use soy milk, you could use whatever you want. We find our own fresh made works really, really well. Then we have the clove, the nutmeg, and the cinnamon. And like I said, cinnamon very much can go wherever. I would be very easy on the clove. It can be a little bit overwhelming. We have the sugar. You can also use maple syrup if you wanted to, 4 to 6, say, tablespoons in this recipe. And then vanilla, we put in a teaspoon. You can put it in to taste. And then we're going to use the Vitamix to blend it up. Specifically, Vitamix is important in this job because we've got the cane sugar in here and we really want to incorporate it. So here it goes. Okay, so that's been on for about a minute. So that's incorporated. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is that we're going to taste. One for you. Yep, could probably do with a little bit more cinnamon, and it could do with a little bit more sugar. So I'm gonna top up probably another tablespoon of sugar and probably 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon and put it back on the Vitamix. Okay, so we've got about another tablespoon of sugar, and I've actually probably got more like a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. So I'm gonna get that on and give that probably 15, 20 seconds at high. Okay, so now give that a try. Yeah, it's a tiny bit more kick. It kicked it kind of over the edge of the cinnamon and sugar. Okay, so now this is gonna go into the fridge.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to smell it.
No, I want you to put it in the fridge. So that's gonna go in the fridge for probably 2 hours to cool. There's probably 4 to 6, 5, 6 cups there. So it's quite a bit of mass to cool. And then we're gonna pull it out and we're going to put some whipped coconut cream with that. And then we're gonna top it with some nutmeg. Okay, so we've got it out of the fridge and we put it back onto the Vitamix just to give it a slight of a bit of a blend just because the sediment will sit on the spices. I also, when I was finishing it before, I decided to put in a little bit more clove and a little bit more cinnamon because I like that. Nutmeg we're gonna put on at the end, so I didn't add any more nutmeg, but I did end up putting a little bit more. The recipe from Minimalist Baker is below the video, and that works perfectly the way it is for most people, I'm sure. I like it a little more clovey and a little more cinnamony, so I added a little bit more. So how about you pour us a couple of glasses there, my girl?
Okay, I will try not to mess up.
All right, so as my daughter's pouring us a couple of glasses, we've whipped some coconut milk, coconut cream, and I'm gonna put a dollop of coconut cream. This by itself is actually, comparatively to regular eggnog, is quite thin. And some people may really like that. My wife really likes that. She doesn't like it super crazy rich. So you can add a bit of coconut cream, a dollop in there, and then some nutmeg. And the nutmeg is really dynamic. It almost kind of sweetens it up almost.
Go on my nose. How about this gonna squeeze?
Uh-oh. Oh.
Ooh, strong.
Good though, so good. So a really, really nice treat. You could mix the coconut cream in if you wanted to have it all around. I like it kind of like whipped cream sitting on the top of my hot chocolate, even though it's eggnog. What do you think? Have we nailed it?
Can't get
So I would say that's a yes. So I hope you like this recipe. It's one that we look forward to every year and super easy. Vitamix is a bit of a key to it. It makes it super creamy and wonderfully smooth. And I hope you enjoy it. So Merry Christmas to everybody from the Grieve family. And I hope you have a wonderful new year.